say
yo 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 yo.
Good morning, Angela Yee.
Good morning, DJ MV.
Charlamagne the God.
Peace to the planet. It's Thursday.
Yes, it's Thursday.
Good morning.
I need the end of the week already, man.
Well, Thursday's toward the end of the week.
Nah, I ain't worried about it. I need a weekend.
You talking about the end of the week? I'm thinking about the end of the year. It's already October.
It is.
Okay. The way the year's flying by. Next week it'll be Thanksgiving, and then it'll be Christmas, and then it'll be New Year's, and then we'll be back here doing it all over again.
It's all creeping up. It's creeping up pretty fast.
And I need every single last vacation day towards the end of the year because I got a lot going on. My book comes out October 23rd. My second book, Shook One, Anxiety Playing Tricks on Me. Okay? We got a lot of TV shows I'm producing, things of that nature. So they're going to end the year with a bang.
There you go. That's the way to do it.
But I'm going to enjoy the vacation after all of this is done. After this hurricane hits.
All right. Well, that's good for you because my hurricane doesn't stop. I got so much going on, but it's a good thing. I'm excited about it. I'm excited about my first car show, which is something that's amazing. I didn't think it was this much work. I thought you just get the venue and just get some cars, but I'm realizing it doesn't work like that. So it's a lot going on, but it's going to be a lot of fun. If you want to see how your favorite celebrities drive, Cardi B, 50 Cent, Fabulous, Nas, Swiss Beats, Rick Ross. There's so many people that's going to be involved. We got Jumpies for Kids. It's going to be a dope family day. So if you get a chance, get your tickets at Eventbrite.com. It's November 3rd in New Jersey. It's an indoor arena, so you don't have to worry about rain. You don't have to worry about weather. We're going to have a lot of fun that day. Charlamagne hasn't given me his car yet, so.
Yeah, it's in the tow truck. I got a 2004 Cadillac Escalade with 399,276 miles on it, okay? Send the tow truck. It'll be there.
Okay, enough said. Enough said.
And why you mean you can't take a break? You can take a break. You got to take me time, bro. Everybody has to take me time. Self-care is very important.
You're right.
Okay?
Yeah, you're absolutely right.
So I don't care how hard you work, and you got to take time for yourself.
But the problem is after all the stuff that I do, then I got 5 kids, and I got one kid that's into football, so it's always football season. If he's not on football, I'm taking him to a game. Then I got other kids that play flag football. I got one that acts, so it's always moving parts, and I enjoy it. I'm not complaining. I enjoy the ish out of it.
Yeah, me too, but that's day work. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being daddy at that point.
Yeah.
All you got to do at that point is be an Uber driver.
Be an Uber driver.
That's all.
Yeah.
That's it. Show up.
I'm the perfect Uber driver, too.
Be present.
I got movies. You want to see a movie? I got to put on boat. You know, I got movies. What up, Yeezy?
Hey, good morning, Envy.
What you did for Black Enterprise? You did something for Black Enterprise yesterday?
Oh, yesterday I did Black Enterprises podcast, and that was with Alfred Edmond Jr. We were just talking about budgeting and how important that is. And, you know, Black Enterprise is the first time I talked about being in crazy, serious debt and how I got out of it and actually started learning how to invest because it can be intimidating for people if they have a huge amount of debt looming over them.
Right.
But you got to confront it face on. And then I was hanging out with Black Youngster yesterday.
Again?
Well, he did the podcast yesterday, Lip Service, so he was with us, and Zoe Dollars as well. So shout out to everybody.
You know, I gotta find out when the next date is open at the Juice Bar. I know you do the Wealth Wednesdays, but I want to bring one of the people I do real estate with, and just to talk about real estate and how they got started, how they got in it with no money. Okay. Just do something nice for the people.
That'd be great. We are going to be doing a real estate one, so let's get you on that.
Okay. All right. And tell them the address of the Juice Bar, too.
277 Malcolm X Boulevard in Brooklyn.
Okay. I need to get a juice from there. I need my I call it my cleanser juice. What's it called? The one I like so much, the grapes.
It's called the doo-doo juice.
The doo-doo juice. It makes you doo-doo. That's my favorite juice. All right, well, let's get the show cracking. This morning, Andrew Gillum will be joining us.
Yes, Andrew Gillum. He is the Democratic nominee for governor in the state of Florida. He'll be the first black governor in the state of Florida ever.
That's right.
You know what I mean? It's looking really good for him to win in November. And, you know, we've been supporting Andrew all year, so why stop now?
Absolutely. And also, T.I. will be in the building. He got an album that's coming out this Friday.
The unofficial governor of Georgia. But then Stacey Abrams should be the official governor of Georgia next month.
He's the king of the South.
He's the king of the South.
Right. So we'll kick
one of the kings of the South.
There you go. So we'll kick it with T.I. as well. Let's get the show cracking. Front page news, what we talking about?
Well, today is the day Brett Kavanaugh will find out what is going to happen, as his fate will be on the line about this whole sexual assault situation with Christine Blasey Ford. We'll tell you what we're going to be looking for today.
All right. And we got to talk about them Yankees. So keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club page news. Now, congratulations to the Yankees. The Yankees beat the A's last night, 7-2.
Are they in the playoffs or something?
Yeah, they moved to the playoffs. They play the Red Sox tomorrow night. Now, they won 7-2. Congratulations to all the Yankees. The Yankees to make sure they can move to the next round. So
I don't watch baseball at all.
We can tell.
You know, I told y'all, and I tell y'all this all the time, I enjoyed baseball a lot more when everybody was on steroids.
That was a great game. Judge cracked one. It was great pitching. It was a dope game. So hopefully we bust Boston's ass tomorrow night. Now, in Thursday Night Football, that's the night the Colts take on the New England Patriots. So Boston got a lot going on these next couple of days.
I saw Tom Brady. I don't know if this was a real video, but him and his son was dancing to Kodak Black on Instagram.
No, somebody must have did that.
Yeah, it looked real because he was saying, "Yo, we played Thursday night. We got to get to 3-2," and Kodak Black was playing. I don't know if Tom Brady was listening to Kodak Black for real, but it really looked good on that video.
Wow.
Okay.
What else are you talking about, Yee?
And happy birthday to Sheree Sear. She's listening to us right now on her iHeartRadio app. It's her birthday today.
Hey, Sheree.
Let's talk about what happened in South Carolina. Officer Terrence Caraway was rushed to the hospital and pronounced dead after an hours-long standoff. They were actually responding to what was happening at someone's home, and the officers went there not knowing the firepower that the suspect had. And when they showed up, there was a standoff that started when they tried to execute a search warrant. One police officer was killed, Officer Terrence Caraway, and 6 others were wounded during that standoff. They have not yet determined what was happening. They haven't mentioned any of that yet. They haven't even released the suspect's name yet as they continue to
he must be
investigate
white.
the shooting.
Did he's still alive?
Yes, he's still alive.
Still a
Suspect
standoff?
still alive.
He barricaded himself in the home.
Oh, so they haven't got in yet?
Yeah, they had to get all the wounded officers to safety and all of that. So Donald Trump tweeted out, "My thoughts and prayers are with the Florence County Sheriff's Office and the Florence Police Department tonight in South Carolina. We are forever grateful for what our law enforcement officers
Rest
do."
in peace to those fallen cops. Is it a cop or cops?
It was one cop
One
that
cop
was killed,
passed
6
away.
others wounded.
Couple of shots.
Rest in peace to the
Absolutely.
cop that was killed. All the cops that were wounded. The guy who shot him had to be white, though. If they hadn't released his name and he's still alive.
Well, we don't know the race, but
And Trump tweeted about him.
we don't know the race, but it's sad.
I got the over-under on him being Caucasian. What you want? You want to take this bet?
I don't know.
You want to take this bet?
I mean, with that type of firepower, just assume. But I don't know.
You want to take this bet? Let's just take this. Do this.
I'm not betting on that.
I bet you a bagel.
We don't both eat bread.
Oh, you're right.
All right. What else are you talking about, Yee?
Now let's the day that they will determine whether or not he will go on to the Supreme Court or not. So his fate will be on the line again today as they are doing this whole background check and revealing what we got from that was compiled by the FBI. And that's after Christine Blasey Ford accused him of sexual assault. Another thing that's going to be an issue is on Anderson Cooper. One of his former Yale roommates, James Roche, actually said that Kavanaugh was lying. Now, according to his former roommate, he said, "We were in a room together. Our beds were 10 feet apart for a couple of months. And what struck me and made me more interested in speaking out about is not only did I know that he wasn't telling, the truth, I knew that he knew that he wasn't telling the truth." And that's in regards to the extent of his drinking. So the main thing is they have to figure out whether or not he lied under oath.
Y'all want to take this bet? What's the bet that Kavanaugh gets in or doesn't get in? What you want to take?
He's getting in.
You think he's getting in?
Absolutely.
What you got, Yee?
This is a tough one because 3 of the Republicans are not decided yet on what they're going to do. I think it's going to depend on what's in these reports from the FBI. And we haven't heard that yet.
I don't know if I want this bet.
It is.
So if they put him in, they know that it's going to affect the Republicans during this election cycle. So I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know. I'll take the bet he get in, though.
Okay.
Why would I start betting against white people at this point in my life?
Well, I'm going to put it in the atmosphere and swing the other way and say he won't.
Okay. What you going to bet?
To make it more interesting.
Protein shakes? Let's bet protein shakes.
All right. I think he's getting in.
I think he's getting in, too.
the president is backing the ish out of him, and
Yeah.
I think the president he just makes things happen.
I think he's getting in.
Okay.
I bet y'all a better protein shake.
All right. Well, that is your front page news. Now, when we come back, Andrew Gillum will be joining us.
My
He's running
guy.
for governor of Florida.
Yes. He's running for governor of Florida. He has the chance to be the first black governor of Florida ever. And the election is November the 6th, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah, but you can actually send in your early ballots now if you're registered to vote in Florida. Yeah.
All right. So we'll kick it with him when we come back. Don't move.
Back. You're checking out the world's most dangerous morning show.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the God. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building. He's running for governor.
No. He's the Democratic nominee for governor in the state of Florida, and he's the next governor of
There
Florida.
it is.
Show the man some respect.
Put it in there.
man.
Andrew Gillum.
Hey, appreciate that, Charlamagne. I think it's that Hampton hate coming over to the Rattlers since it's FAMU's homecoming week. It's all good though.
I turned
I was literally with no money retailing my way all across the state of Florida. I was at Little League games If it was 7 people, 5 people, 20 people, we were there. It's grown a little bit since that time, but it was that kind of hustle that I think made it possible for us to win.
What does Andrew Gillum need right now to make his campaign stronger?
Right now, I've got to tell you, we need your votes. Now, there have been, 8 or 9 polls conducted in the state. We've been leading in every one of them, and I've seen it shared on social media, and folks are, Gillum's got this, that kind of thing. Listen, the only poll that matters is the one on Election Day.
That's real.
Right? And so if you're a Floridian, you've got until October 9th to register to vote. Everybody, if you're legally allowable, and it's unfortunate in my state about 1.7 million can't vote because they have felony convictions, but we're trying to work on repealing that. But if you're legally allowable, you have to October 9th to get registered to vote. Beyond that, I would say if you got $5, $10, $25, $100 or so into the campaign, visit us at andrewgillum.com and make a contribution. We can't run these races. The Republicans already put in, this weekend alone, they had an event that raised $4 million, right, for their guy. They put $7 million already on television, all in negative attack ads against me. Sister Stacey Abrams is experiencing the same thing down in Georgia against her opponent. I imagine that the same is true for Ben Jealous up in Maryland. And so in order for us to be able to fight back, and in order for us to define ourselves before they define us, we have to have the resources to go up on television, do digital, do radio, and all the other stuff.
I donate to this campaign all the time, by the way.
You have, absolutely. And I will tell you, man, it probably is more powerful coming from y'all as a challenge, right? Like, democracy is not a spectator sport. You can't get out and rap about and talk about and tweet about all of these issues that are confronting our communities, wage inequality.
And the fact that so many people can't vote.
That's right. Another thing, right? And so if you're one of those 1.7 million in my state who are unable to vote, and you got a family member, a relative, a cousin, you got to vote for them. We've got to align the system better so that we get the outcomes that we want. We all want safer, more secure communities. But we also want to make sure that folks have the ability to earn a wage where they can take care of themselves and their families, so that they don't make the choice to go back into a life of criminality in order to earn a wage.
If I can't work, what am I going to do to get money?
Well,
I gotta almost do something illegal because I can't work.
Well,
not to say that people aren't trying.
Well, this is the point, which is we gotta reduce the opportunity for people to then make that choice.
That's right.
And I think part of reducing that opportunity is saying, look, as I did as mayor of Tallahassee, we banned the box. We don't ask about your criminal background history unless answering yes is a disqualifier for the position. So what we said is, don't ask the question on the application. Measure the person by their merit. Are they qualified? Can they do the work? Do they possess the skills? If so, welcome into our government. And what we've observed is that these are some of the hardest working people that we've got working for us.
All right, we got Mo, DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Andrew Gillum's in the building. Charlamagne?
Governor Gillum, let me ask you a question.
I received that, Charlamagne.
Are you prepared for all the dirt that is about to be thrown on your name the next couple of months?
Well, it's already started.
Yes.
I mean, you all know this. The day after I won my nomination and my opponent won his nomination, he went on Fox News and basically said to the people of the state of Florida, don't monkey the state up.
Don't vote for the monkey.
Right. Don't monkey the state up voting, for me. And it's only, got jungle music in the background. I mean, listen, we are not going to let the race for governor, one of the most diverse states in America, the third largest state in all of America, become about the color of my skin.
Right.
Become a divisive tool that you weaponize race. And my cautionary point to my opponent is that when you do that, while you may have some reason and logic, in your mind's eye, there are people out there who are your followers who are willing to take these things to the next level. We saw in Charlottesville the weaponizing of race and how that can impact communities in a real dangerous, violent sense, right? And so you're running for governor. Let's compete off the merits of what our ideas are. But the problem is he ain't offering any, and therefore you got a result to name calling. And race baiting as a way to compete in this election, and we're not interested in that. The people of Florida deserve better.
We've seen Donald Trump throw a shot at you.
Oh yeah, plenty.
Now, let me read the tweet. The
Okay.
tweet is, not only did Congressman Ron DeSantis easily win the Republican primary, but his opponent in November is his biggest dream, a failed socialist mayor named Andrew Gillum, who has allowed crime and many other problems to flourish in his city. This is not what Florida wants.
Oh man, well listen, you do notice he did not at me in that tweet, right? Yeah, he didn't at me in that tweet, so he put it out there, but he didn't really want to come for me. Well, the president once again is demonstrating delusion. I'm the mayor of the the city that right now is experiencing a 5-year low in our crime rate. And we also accomplished that by arresting fewer people.
What do you think about Donald Trump saying that he's scared for the men in America because of this Me Too movement?
Yeah, it's incredible. And I don't mean that in a good way. This is when being Donald Trump as president of the United States becomes really dangerous, because there are people out there, sexual assault victims and otherwise, who take, real trauma when they hear the sitting president of the United States basically say, I'm worried more about the boys, in his household, than some of the really unfortunate and more than that, violent treatment that comes towards women in this atmosphere. Now, I'm not asking for any of the processes to be truncated. I think everybody has to deserves their fair hearing. But what we can't do is excuse really bad behavior. What we want from our boys is to be better boys. Mm-hmm. What we want from our girls are to be the best that they can be and be well supported. As a father to a daughter and as a dad to 2 sons, I'm not raising my kids to be violent actors. That's not behavior that I consider to be acceptable and certainly not excusable. The president of the United States is supposed to help to put a mirror up to the country and in some ways be a moral compass. Our president is in the gutter. He's an embarrassment, not just to himself, but to the rest of the nation.
Now, Governor Gillum, we know you got to go.
Tell them how they can donate.
But I want to say something. Is there anything going on behind the scenes that we don't know about, like threats on your life, threats on your family? Like, we see you standing here looking strong and poised. But is everything good?
Everything is good, man. We thankfully, I'm a prayerful person. My wife and I pray constantly and unceasingly over our family that all will be well. We have had to increase security because of some of the incoming, and they don't tell me most of these things. I just notice that everywhere I go, there are a lot more law enforcement officers. And I notice that there are patrols outside of my house. And I'm hopeful that these are just precautionary things that have to happen because, we're running for governor of the third biggest state in all of America. These next 35 days are going to be extremely challenging days. I won't recognize myself after all the commercials that they will run about me and my family and the things that they'll spread. But I'm really confident that the reason that they're doing all these things is that they're terrified that they're about to lose their stranglehold on power. If we keep pace with what we're doing, if people keep showing up, if people keep voting, if people participate in the process, we will win this race, and we're going to put the state of Florida on the trajectory to change in this nation come 2020.
That's right. We're going to change that crazy-ass state of Florida by electing Governor Gillum.
Watch it.
Go donate to his campaign right now.
If we're crazy, it's because all these New Yorkers have come in. No, I'm joking. I love New Yorkers, and I love everybody who's coming in our state.
Tell them the website again.
AndrewGillum.com. That's AndrewGillum.com.
Go donate $1.
That's right.
50 cents, whatever you got. Go do it.
Every bit helps, y'all.
All righty.
Let's win.
We thank you for joining us again.
My honor.
Andrew.
All right. Well, Bobby Shmurda's mother says that he will be released by November of 2020. So that was also the year that they said he would be expected to be eligible for parole. Instead of initially it was 2022. He was originally sentenced for 6 to 7 years, but because of the days that he served prior to his sentencing, that's why it would be 2020. So,
November 2020, that's going to be election time, presidential election time. Mm-hmm. You should come out around the end of the year, around the end of that month.
What a time, right?
Man, get out the way of all that election stuff.
All right, now Designer got into an exchange with one of a heckler. I don't know if you call it a fan because he was at the show, but then he was also heckling him. Now, see if you can hear what happens in this exchange.
I can't hear what the hell happened.
He said like who? He said Future. Yeah, somebody kept calling him a Future ripoff all during the show.
Oh, where's the lie though?
And that's when Designer swung on him.
Why are you gonna swing on the man? Because you do sound like Future. Designer sounds like Future. He know he sound like Future.
Was it a design? What is a design? Was it a Designer show, a Future show, or whose show? He was
Designer
headlining?
was performing.
Oh, was he headlining or was he just opening up?
I don't know. I just know it was his show.
He
was on stage, and all throughout the show, the person kept calling him a Future ripoff.
Well, I don't know if Designer sounds like Future on every record, but he definitely sounded like Future on Panda.
And I guess if you're performing and having a good time, and somebody's just trying to like harass you and heckle you, I don't know.
Well, I'm sure they'll sue him and get some bread.
I'm sure. That's the only issue. All right. Now, let's talk about Damon Wayans. You guys like Lethal Weapon? Well,
No.
looks like he's not doing that show anymore, so it won't matter to you. Here's what he had to say.
I'm going to be quitting the show in December after we finish the initial 13 So I really don't know what they're planning, but that's what I'm planning. I'm a 58-year-old diabetic, and I'm working 16-hour days.
God bless Damon Wayans. Damon Wayans like, I don't know if this show is over, but I know I'm quitting. All right,
yeah,
okay. He got it. Damon Wayans got long money. Damon Wayans' money is old. You hear me? Okay.
Yeah, and it seems like he's not having fun, like, doing this. If you guys remember, there's been all kinds of issues. His former co-star, Clayne Crawford, he had issues with him. He said that he had a stunt that made him get hurt and injured, and he said that he was mean and intimidating on set, and that he liked to make women cry, and that staffers would refer to Crawford as an emotional terrorist.
Listen, man, retirement is not a age, it's an income, all right? And Damon Wayans said, I'm 58 years old, and I'm a diabetic. I'm working 16 hours a day for what? All right, and I got all this cake. Why?
Right.
Sit my ass down somewhere.
Now let's flash back to a story that happened with Machine Gun Kelly. That is when allegedly Machine Gun Kelly's bodyguards beat up an actor named Gabriel G. Rod Rodriguez. If you guys remember,
He deserved it. He earned every bit of that.
Now it all started in Atlanta. They said that Machine Gun Kelly and the people with him were in a bar when the actor came up to him with his phone out and started recording and saying that. Well, here's what he said.
And I'm gonna say it because it has to be said. You're a you're for going for family.
He earned it. He earned getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, he did.
What's the problem?
So he was upset with Machine Gun Kelly for his beef with Eminem. And basically
Eminem
what he
ain't
said-
dying for you.
And basically what he said was, you're a vagina for going for family, talking about
Right.
Machine Gun Kelly addressing Eminem's daughter. Then 2 hours later, according to G-Rod, he said he was walking toward a Hampton Inn right by the bar, and that's when he noticed Machine Gun Kelly and his crew hanging outside their tour bus. And according to G-Rod, he says that they then jumped him. And so that's what his claims are. Well, now that
He earned that
video
one.
has
He
been
damn right he
released.
did.
They have released that surveillance video where they do see one bodyguard who's actually slamming him, and then everybody does jump in and start punching and kicking him.
Well,
So
send me that link. I like watching stuff like that.
you
Not
didn't
like
see
that.
it?
No.
It was all over yesterday. So police are now investigating.
He earned that one.
And he says that he'll drop the lawsuit, though, if we both sign waivers and meet in an octagon and go man to man without goons
No.
or weapons. So G-Rod
No.
says, I'm not going to sue you if we can go in the
No,
octagon.
take that L. You want to roll up on me and call me a vagina to my face? Now you
And I'm
gonna
at the
take
ball
this
minding my business. Has nothing to do with you.
You're going to take this L. This is Law 2640, law of power. Keep your hands clean. MGK put the goons on him. What's the problem? I don't see no issue here.
It's going to cost MGK some bread, but hey.
That's it.
Sometimes
He
And it's-
earned every bit of that.
He
And
did.
hey, G-Rod, did Eminem send you a get well soon card? Huh? Did he call you
So
and
then
tell
was-
you that everything's going to be okay?
So then was Designer wrong for swinging on somebody for calling him a knockoff Future
Yes.
to his face?
No, I can't tell people how to react.
No, but that's designer. That it had
Yeah.
nothing to do with this dude. It had nothing to do. He was just a troll on Instagram that felt the way. It had nothing to do
But
with him.
if Designer felt offended and he felt like he wanted to
Right.
swing on him, cool.
But
I wouldn't have done nothing like that. But that vagina comment, walking up to me in a bar and calling me the
I don't
B-word?
know you. It has nothing to
Okay.
do with you. You just want to give your
All
opinion.
right.
Okay.
Over Eminem?
Yeah.
Over another rapper?
And
Okay.
the only thing is that with these artists, then you do get sued. And then you do end up spending a lot of money and time.
Listen, these people have to learn
Battling.
to stop invading people's privacy, stop invading people's space, and stop thinking you can talk to anybody any old kind of way without no consequences or repercussions.
I'm with you.
I don't know what world we think we live in.
All right.
I'm
well,
with you 100%.
Kim Kardashian. Now, her bodyguard that she had while she was in Paris, if you guys remember the one that was with her when she got the jewelry stolen. It was $6.1 million worth of jewelry. Her insurance company had to pay for that. Well, now Kim Kardashian's insurance company is suing that company that the bodyguard worked for as well, and the bodyguard. And that's because they said he didn't follow protocol. There were all kinds of things that he didn't do. There were a number of security breaches in the hotel. They said the bodyguard did not correct those breaches. Those things included the front gate to the courtyard of the hotel was missing a lock. The intercom wasn't
What
working.
that got to do with him? All they do is insure the jewelry. They can't sue him because
Well,
he didn't even have to have security.
They're saying that without the bodyguard didn't take the necessary precautions that he should have taken, and
They
these
should sue the
things-
hotel.
These things should have been flagged. They're not, oddly enough, suing the hotel, but they are suing the security company. So they said that they were negligent and they caused that robbery to happen. All right, I'm Angela Yee,
I'm watching G-Rod get stomped up.
Now look,
This is good.
and that is your rumor
There's
report.
some good stuff here.
is it?
Yeah, it is good here.
People need to learn. Mind your business. If it ain't got nothing to do with you, ain't got nothing to concern you, you keep walking up to people, you're going to keep getting punched in the face.
And words have consequences. Everybody ain't playing. That's the moral of the story.
But punching people in the face has consequences too, and those could be financial or anything.
Sometimes it's worth
That's
it.
the
I'm not
only
gonna lie.
thing.
You come up to me when I'm minding my business at the bar, call me a bunch of vagina names, and then you expect me to just say, okay, have a nice day. Nah, it don't work like that. Life don't work like that.
That's not the way life works at all. It's not reality.
All right. Well, when we come back, the King of the South will be joining us. T.I. We're gonna kick it with T.I. when we come back. Don't
He's
move.
definitely swung on a few people in his life.
A couple people. I'm sure he paid for it too. But anyway, it's the Breakfast Club. Come on. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Got a special guest in the building.
Trouble Man.
Yeah.
Yes,
What's
sir.
going on?
First of all, happy belated birthday.
Yeah, happy belated.
Man, thank you.
Do you
I
feel
appreciate
older,
that.
sir?
I feel wiser.
Why does an artist of your magnitude need to be signed to a major label? Would that pick now?
Well, what do you mean by need?
Okay, well, I don't want to say need. Then.
I mean,
Partnership.
just to be quite honest with you, it's a distribution deal. You know what I'm saying? And I look at Epic more so as a partner. You know what I'm saying? I compensate them to fulfill a need in my infrastructure.
Columbia was the same deal, kind of?
Yeah.
So that's the purpose major labels serve in 2018?
Yeah, marketing. It's definitely marketing, radio promo.
Now, why is it called the Dime Trap?
It's the 10th album.
And we see you to the Trap Museum.
Trap Music Museum.
Now, talk to us about this museum. I tried to make
Yeah.
it, but I wasn't invited.
Yeah, well, that's not true.
And
That's not
Charlamagne
true.
said he was going. He was in Atlanta.
Hey, man.
I was, but I didn't know it from 6 to 9. I thought
I
it
mean,
was
man,
during
we
the
was
day.
there all night. We was there all day and all night, man, for real. Just to be honest with you. 6 to 9 is just like, those are the structured hours.
Gotcha.
Oh, I left early. I was in Atlanta for 5 hours.
Man, what you were down there doing?
I did the Ride conference, and then
Okay.
then after that, I went over to Edgewood.
Okay.
Go in the kick it at Killer Mike's barbershop real quick.
Right on.
Get
Killer
some-
Mike was there. How did you?
He was at the Trap Museum?
Yeah, it was at the Trap
Oh.
Museum. The
Yeah,
Trap
he was there.
Music Museum.
Trap Music
Trap
Museum.
Music
Yes.
Yeah, and, Trap Museum, that's something, altogether different.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, we had a ball. It was, what I'm saying, I'm real proud of the reception. And it's to celebrate all the most significant contributors to the culture, man. And I mean, because we had, a lot of back and forth about who did what and what. So I just felt like, it'd be best to just, offer the experience and celebrate the culture first from
You know
our own voice.
Why?
Because he ain't going back and forth with who started trap music. I'm just going to open up a museum and show y'all. And show y'all.
I mean, but celebrate everybody else who was involved as well, though. A lot of time, man, we spend so much time bickering about the minutiae of things that the big picture is missed. Like the big picture here, man, you know what I'm saying? We all came from selling crack in the ghetto. And we have turned that into something positive, changed the course of living for our families for forever. But see, the thing that makes trap music, I think, so relevant and why it reaches so many people and why it's so diverse is because drugs are synonymous with success in our society. Like it's synonymous with to get you your first little boost of success and synonymous with, some of the things you engage in when you are successful. You dig what I'm saying? So as long as drugs will have a relevance in society, there will be a trap. And as long as there's a trap, there will be trap music to some degree.
The biggest trap in the world is America.
You dig what I'm saying? Pharmaceuticals, the opiates. I heard that the who made Oxycontin is now, he made billions off Oxycontin. And will you believe this motherfucker is now introducing a drug to the market that gets you off of opiates?
Makes sense.
Wow.
You gotta be one of the smartest people where I'm gonna get you,
Why not?
and then I'm gonna charge you for the drug to get you
Hey
off it.
man, if that ain't trapping, that's good trapping.
That's crazy.
That's good trapping.
Now, what can you see in the Trap Music Museum?
Man, everyone has exhibits, and these exhibits kind of suit the personality of the person. I have my own exhibit. Jeezy has his own exhibit. Ross has his own exhibit. Gucci got his own exhibit. Chainz got his own exhibit. Thugger, Future, Migos, Lucci.
So they put their own stuff in there that they want to put in there, or
Some people did contribute artifacts. You know what I'm saying? Lucci gave us a jersey off his first video, I think, and some Louboutin. You know what I'm saying?
2 Chainz get a car, right?
2 Chainz gave a car from the trap
The
house.
pink car.
I think I gave a lot of my stuff. You dig what I'm saying? But I don't want to ruin it for you, man. Just pull
How
up.
long is the museum there for people that want to go?
As long as we want it to be there. As long as it was sustained success, you know what I'm saying, it'll be open.
How would you explain it to somebody if somebody said, oh, y'all glorifying, drug dealing or the celebrating the drug culture. How would you explain that?
We're not glorifying it. We're celebrating the fact that we survived it, that we overcame it.
You know, one of my favorite songs of yours is "Still Ain't Forgave Myself." I love that record. Have you forgiven yourself for the things that you may have done that directly or indirectly hurt people?
Nah, I haven't. But you know what I have done is made conscious efforts to try and do just as much good, to bring about just as much hope and prosperity as I have pain. That's why the Buy Back the Block initiative is so big for me in my community, and has been ever since I came out. Me and my uncle, New Finish Construction.
Homes,
New Finish Construction. We did like 67, 68 homes. That was before the market crashed. Then I was like, yo, this ain't really my primary source of income. I don't really have to tough this out with you guys. I'm gonna go and get back to being an entertainer here,
You was early on all that though. Even with New Finish Homes, because the point of it was to build nice houses for low income families. Right? Yeah,
absolutely. Really, man. The point was what we started doing was buying crack houses. I started out buying houses that I used to sell crack in. And we buy them, rehab them, refurbish them, and put families in them. But I saw that in a matter of 2-3 years, a house that I had bought and totally refurbished was back a crack house again.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Internally, that just kind of it deflated me a little bit. Like, man, damn, no matter how much good I try and do, it's still like the same shit.
But if you rent it, you could see who's in there and make sure they're doing good, and if they not, get them up out of there.
Yeah, man, you could do all that, man. You could maintain real close eye on them. You could do that for $800 a month. You can. Yes, you can. You keep a real watchful eye on them.
Damn right.
And receive your $800 a month in pieces.
I got 5 right now. Now, the Dime Trap, you have Dave Chappelle on there playing the voice in your head. How did that even come about?
I think, I as a fan, I just kind of was going to his shows, and, I go backstage. And then, I'm like, hey, man, what are you doing after? We're going over here. We're going to kick it. And so I go, and then it end up like a 5:30, 6:30 in the morning thing. And, the next day, I was like, man, did that happen last night? You know what I'm saying? And so maybe 5 or 6 times of those in. One of them was actually when he did his residency here at Radio City. We had a phenomenal evening. Then I think the last one was the Roots Picnic in Philly. So during that time, we going from club to club, or should I say bar to bar. We don't really go to clubs, you know what I'm saying? A little hole in the wall, shotgun bars and shit. But anyway, so I played him the album, like 5-6 songs off the album. And then the next day, he was like, yo, the shit you played for me was dope. I was like, well, how about we meet up and I want you to kind of put it in perspective for me. And so, you know what I'm saying? He said, I don't need an excuse to come to Atlanta. I'm on the way. So he came to the city and we locked in the studio and, you know what I'm saying? We just kind of just documented the conversation. You know what I'm saying? There was some very eloquent moments of perspective there, and then there was just some conversation from time to time.
Have you always looked at him as the voice in your head?
Yeah, he says a lot of that I think. Absolutely. Yeah.
We got personal life affect how you look at their music. Like we were discussing Kanye earlier, right? And statements that he's made.
He's
but
still
then
on the
people
ball.
love the song.
You tried.
Lil Pump, but then you hear him say things and wear a mask hat. But then you're like,
I talked to him the day before. I talked to him the day before.
He put the hat back on.
I talked to him the day before. We didn't talk anything about that. We were just, just having homeboy discussions. You know what I'm saying? Like real normal. Like I could tell he had been to Chicago type. You dig what I'm saying?
So you thought he was back?
I was optimistic.
Here's the thing: we got to stop falling for this over and over.
Man,
like it's the same old trick every single time.
I don't think it's a trick.
What is a trick though?
It's just like whenever if you got an album coming out, he's gonna do something to say something shocking that's gonna get everybody talking, and that's that.
I think if that was the case, he would see how much that didn't work before.
You sold 20,000 last time.
Well, this album didn't even come out.
No, he didn't even put this one out.
I don't think that by the measure of Kanye of himself, I don't think that didn't suffice in his head.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if that was the case, he would say, but this is what, kept me from achieving, kept me from doing what I felt I should have done. This is the only thing that kind of tarnished that. why would I go do that again if my intention was to succeed?
You let people
clearly he
down.
believes
You
it.
let a lot of people down just with that because, you know, we want Kanye to be.
Well, see, that's the first thing. You can't want Kanye to be anything but Kanye. You understand that? And as long as Kanye being Kanye, then you get to step back and estimate whether or not that is what you want to support or represent. You dig what I'm saying? But you don't like want him to be a certain way just because you want him to be that way. You know what I mean? That's
I think
dangerous.
people thought he was a different person.
Because he's like back in Chicago.
Just
He
want
said
to wear
you
his
spoke to
shoes
him.
guilt-free.
Jump to conclusions. We've been jumping to conclusions.
conclusions.
I had no expectations of anybody. I take what they give me day by day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I take what you give me day by day.
Now we got certain
I
expectations.
have we have expectations for you.
You put
T.I.
on,
I
you
would
put on the Trump
never
hat, we gonna be the
expect you
same
to
way
do
in
that.
your ass like we on Kanye.
Yeah, I ain't
We don't
finna do
expect
that, but I might do something else. You know what I mean? That ain't me, you know? But it's something I might do. You be like, man, damn, man, Tip, I ain't think you'd do that. Well, damn, me neither.
Is there anything you can do to surprise yourself at this point?
Ah, man. I kind of roll with the punches and prepare for anything at this point.
You've evolved so much, though.
Yeah.
Even the hothead Tip, I think that was the biggest thing that would get you in trouble. Just the fact that Tip would go from 0 to 60 sometimes.
I mean, more like 160. But the thing, I mean, I think that and that's another thing, man, that I can kind of see that has changed in me. I kind of like ask myself, or I kind of measure the level of importance of a situation by how long it will matter to me. Like, will this matter next year? Okay. Will it matter next month? Will it matter next week? Okay, let's find something else to do. You know what I'm saying? You obviously, you ain't got enough. That's why I do so much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I stay busy, so I ain't got time to submerge myself in the bull. Cause there's enough out there to keep you distracted if you want to.
100%.
So you got to stay busy, stay focused.
But you got some great moments for the biopic, though.
My shit gonna be lit. You hear me?
You got some great
Bobby
moments.
Brown ain't got on me. You hear me? I ain't no disrespect to Bobby, but man, my was, hey, whew.
You ain't throw Janet Jackson out of the room naked though.
I damn sure didn't. I don't know if I'd have did that. I don't know if I'd have did that. You know what I'm saying?
What is the T.I. biopic?
Bobby ain't never swung on a boxing champion though.
Hey,
That's true.
I mean, standoffs with the police, LAPD. You know what I'm saying? Talking to suicide attempts off of building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just all that kind of stuff. Oh, I pulled a lady out of crash, out of a flipped over car. The day after the LA standoff. The very next day, off of Crenshaw, car flipped over in front of me. I pulled a lady out.
You're like a superhero.
You know what I'm saying? Well,
I mean, still being here right now after them gun charges. Being here.
Yeah, that's
Period.
another one. That's another one.
Do you ever just chuckle to yourself sometime like, ah, damn?
I mean, I wipe my brow. I don't do much chuckling. You know what I'm saying? Because that was a clean $8 million. A clean 8.
That you had to spend on that case?
What?
Wow.
And that's not including how much you lost.
Man, listen, man. That was a clean 8. A clean 8.
Damn.
You know what I'm
Lawyer
saying?
fees,
And everybody
bail.
talk about he snitched. I need some money back if I snitch. That was a clean $8 million.
I never understood the snitching thing. I was like, who the hell would you snitch on? There's no such thing as a private snitch.
Yeah, they don't care nothing about me snitching. And if I did it, they can't wait to broadcast it.
$8 million. Do you ever think about that money? That's not a loss, though.
You got it back.
But it's way more than that. Think about that. He lost that, and then
the
whole
money that I
time he
couldn't
didn't do no
get.
shows, no work.
I'm talking about all this
Endorsements.
from all of the time they made me pay for, I had to pay a outside service to follow me around and monitor me. I had to pay for round the clock security. They made me build a jail, and not really build one, but I couldn't leave my house, and I had to pay them that didn't report to me about my comings and goings and who's coming to see me and so on and so forth. All that shit.
I even heard you had to give money back for endorsements, right?
Hey, yeah, I don't know if I gave no money back.
You just
I ain't getting no money back now.
Now that we're not continuing the deal, I'm not expecting what you owe me, but we're not gonna get no money back.
Yeah.
No,
Is
that's a different kind of pain.
You have to
Have to
return
give
that
back some money. No, man, come on, let's work this out.
I think it was with Remy or somebody. I
don't think I gave no money back. We did end the deal. Well, actually, you had Chevrolet at one time. See, you got to think about which time. You know what I'm saying? Because I fucked up a couple times. Man. You know, I fucked up a couple times.
Not too many people can bounce back the way you did, though.
I think a lot of that has to do with, you know, the underdog story. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not good to get too big.
Oh, that's a fact.
So that's what happened to Kevin Hart. See, he getting too big.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's not good to get too big.
That's funny you brought up Kev, because
you got to find a way to, you know what I'm saying, still maintain that underdog status.
That's what Kev said. Kev said people like the rise.
Yeah.
They like the fall.
And they like
the comeback.
There you go.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? I was able to kind of manipulate that for a little while, along with kind of prison doing it for me. You know, so it was a gift and a curse.
So how do you stop yourself from getting too big? Like you say with Kev, like what is Kev supposed to do?
I mean, some people like go away, like Dave Chappelle. He just went away. You know what I'm saying? Get too big, pull out. Whoa, wait a minute. Stacked up enough money, let's hold out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you come back.
All right, we got more with T.I. when we come back. Let's get to a mini mix, a T.I. mini mix. It's the Breakfast Club.
Does Lil Duval have the Grand Hustle imprint on his album, or what's going on with
I mean, Lil Duval, that's his own label. You know what I'm saying? We just like real strong supporters of Duval. That's family. You dig what I'm saying? I ain't really trying to make no money off of him. You know, I'm happy to see him get it.
He around and got a hit record.
Yeah, you know. I think Duval willed that into his life. You know what I'm saying? Like, that is the law of attraction. Like, you dig what I'm saying? He kept that so silent with not giving a that it started to give a about him. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a blessing. That's a blessing. It definitely is.
They were talking about this. You said you settled a bill with a jeweler or something?
I didn't sell I didn't sell a thing. He sued and lost.
Oh.
Shit settled in my book. It was settled a long time ago. I knew goddamn well like, that money. It settled a long time ago. I don't just walk off on no debt, man. You know what I'm saying? So if you see by me being sued, I obviously am in dispute about whether or not I owe you this. And if I do owe you, I might not feel I owe you as much as you say I owe you. You know what I'm saying? And I might have tried to pay you, and then you goddamn, you know, you did some weird shit, and I stopped talking to you. You know what I'm saying? But I don't still owe you what you said just because you say I owed you.
Oh, so you ain't had to pay him nothing?
I ain't pay him nothing.
Oh, okay.
I enjoy hearing you and Meek Mill on the album together. I heard
that was dope. That record's
and the
dope.
video.
Thank you. I mean, man, Meek fam. Everybody who I work with on this project, man, I have a personal relationship with.
Yo Gotti, Young Thug.
Yeah.
I mean, Meek was Grand Hustle at one point.
Yeah.
Way back when.
Yeah. That was another one of the things that prison cost me. You know what I'm saying? So that tab still running. I don't even know how much.
Still going on.
Absolutely. I don't know, you know what I'm saying? That register ain't even hit ding yet, you know what I'm saying?
Any other artists you lost besides Meek during the whole thing that you should have signed and didn't?
Let me see. I passed on Drake.
Drake?
Yeah.
A lot of people
What made you
passed on Drake.
What made you pass on Drake? What didn't you hear? Or what didn't? What?
You know.
You was sleeping.
You know, it was Drake before the beard. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was like barefaced Drake. You dig what I'm saying? And, you know, it just hadn't caught all the way up yet. And that type of music, that sound of music, you know, the emo sound, that wasn't necessarily prevalent at the time. So I didn't see the curve. I never thought, just like I didn't think skinny jeans was going to happen. You know what I'm saying? I just couldn't see the curve. So they got that one got by me.
Is that why he was in Atlanta that time when he allegedly got peed on?
I don't know. Whoa.
You mean on the plane?
Hey, wait a minute.
Oh, was it?
What are we doing? What are we doing? Hold up, cuz. I have no recollection. I cannot confirm nor deny anything. Let's move on to the next question.
But shout out to Tokyo Jets, by the way, and congratulations on that project. She did a great job with that.
Phenomenal. Her and I always say T.I. got the two best young artists in the game right now, Trans Lee and Tokyo Jets.
Yeah. I mean, then, you know, you got Ra too, man. He dope as hell, man, you know. And I think Dro gonna gear up for some, man, pretty soon. He sent me some records that was dope. But yeah, Tokyo Jets burning it up right now. You know what I'm saying? Her project just dropped Bonafide on all platforms. Go get it, by the way. And And Trans Lee just put out Freedom Summer.
Love that. That's actually a sleeper project of the year.
Super dope.
If somebody asks me what's my favorite project of the year, I'm putting that in probably my top 5, top 10. Absolutely.
It's dope. It's dope. I feel like it got a good vibe to it. And it's the kind of music, you know, you can actually listen to in public. Some of the you can't listen to in public. Some of the you can't listen to in public. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't get dead. I wouldn't be caught dead, bro, with my window down playing some of this so people can see me listening to it. You dig what I'm saying?
Most of the
I listen to it, you know, but I ain't finna let people see me listen to it. You know what I mean?
That's hilarious.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the from the South, though.
Nah, man. I think that is universal.
Yeah.
Yeah, bullshit is universal. But bullshit has always been universal,
but
man.
the people imitate the South so much now, though, so you really can't tell who coming from where.
I mean, you know, they say goddamn imitation is the finest form of flattery.
Absolutely.
So, you know what I'm saying? You just take that as a W. I mean, I'm very, very proud of a lot of the music that exists in this generation and in the culture and in the South. You know what I'm saying? I think that, you know, the South birthed J. Cole.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? It also birthed T.I., birthed Lil Wayne. You know what I'm saying? Rick Ross. Mm-hmm. You know, so many of us that, you know what I'm saying? Scarface, definitely. 3000. Bun B, Pimp C, Big Boy. You know what I mean? So many of us that it's an amoeba of talent. You know what I'm saying? You can't put us into no box. We're doing it all. Mm-hmm. We're doing everything better than you. You know what I mean? So I hate to put that kind of stigma on Southern music because I feel like it's paved the way for music and culture as we know it today.
I want to understand this getting too big thing. Did you feel like you was getting too big?
I feel like I kind of went crazy a little bit.
Okay.
I went crazy a little bit. You know what I mean? After that shootout in Cincinnati, I kind of lost it.
PTSD?
Yeah, it was PTSD.
People who wanted to kill you in Atlanta.
Yeah, we were having real shootouts. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, like it was some real like body snatcher home invasion going on in the city at the time. Mm-hmm. And my name came up on the list. My name and address came up on the list.
Wasn't it the refugees from New Orleans or something?
I don't know who did what.
Damn,
you know, I don't know.
I
don't know who or what.
Yeah.
It was real. You know what I mean? And I wasn't going. So, you know.
My final question is, what is your advice for Camden if you're getting too big?
Just pull back. You know what I'm saying? I think. But not to say, for one, he ain't doing nothing wrong.
Yeah.
He ain't doing nothing wrong. First, you got to figure out whether or not he gives a you know, he has to care in order to do something about it.
Yeah.
He seems very comfortable.
You know what I mean? So it ain't really for him to do.
And y'all got a TV show together, right?
Yeah.
With Showtime.
Yeah. We gonna do it on Laugh Out Loud.
Oh, okay. The scripted joint?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Okay. The visions didn't necessarily align on Showtime.
Yeah. Okay. True.
But, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing, man. I think Kevin is so genuine to himself that he don't really give a about appeasing the pockets of people who may frown upon his success.
All right.
So let him continue to. I say as long as he keep winning. Hey, whatever doing to keep him from breaking in my house. Hey, man.
Kevin ain't breaking in your house.
Not just him.
Oh.
I'm talking about anybody. That's how, like, you know, everybody has so many opinions on people. Oh, they doing it. They do whatever that doing, keeping them from breaking in my house.
That's real.
There you go. I support that. I think we all have to goddamn figure out how to coexist.
Right.
And, you know, everybody should be happy. But that's a perfect world.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a perfect world.
Well, we appreciate you for joining us.
Man, appreciate y'all.
Dime Trap.
Man, y'all do know October 5th is the Dime Trap date, man. You know, I don't know if I, officially put that. I kept it a secret for myself so long.
You can pre-order right now. All right, there you go. It's the Breakfast Club. Hey! Hello. Hi. Good morning, everybody. It's DJ MV, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. Mm-hmm. Somebody else gonna say good morning to me?
Hi, good morning to you.
There you go. All right. Well,
good morning to all our listeners out there. Dropping the clues bombs for all our listeners out there with herpes and chlamydia.
Good morning.
A special top of the morning to you guys. Yes, everybody out there suffering from an outbreak, good morning. We appreciate your listenership.
Well, yes, good morning to you guys, too. All right, well, let's get to these rumors. Let's talk Weezy.
Listen up.
It's just in. All the gossip. The Rumor Report. Gossip. With Angela Yee.
It's the Rumor Report.
The Breakfast Club.
Well, let's discuss Elliott Wilson and his Crown series. He sat down with Lil Wayne. This is Lil Wayne's first interview since he put out the Carter 5, and he asked a lot of questions.
I haven't had a chance to watch this yet. Salute to my man Elliott Wilson. OYN, what's happening?
Now, Lil Wayne also says that he has not listened to the Carter 5 since it got released. And he said after he heard his mother's emotional introduction, he just couldn't listen again. He said that Mac Maine was the one responsible for the album's track list and for the sequencing. And he also said the Kendrick collaboration, Mona Lisa, was an old song, actually.
You've been working on the Carter 5 for 10 years and you never listened to it? Okay.
He said after it came out. After it came out. Now, here is what Lil Wayne had to say about Kendrick and also how, at one point, Wayne wanted to quit rap, if you remember.
Shout out K-Dot for love like that, man. But that's when you're going through things like, and you go to thinking to yourself, you ask yourself, when you're looking around your living room and you see Grammys and you see plaques on the wall, and you see the house you're in, you look at your living room, you're looking at your driveway, and you look, you know what I mean, you know your kids are straight. Yeah. And you ask yourself, have you accomplished everything? Should you even still be wanting this? Or should you want something else? And should you chase something else? And the answer was, you should want more.
That's how he feels about tattoos, too, clearly.
All right, now he also discusses Birdman's apology. Remember when Birdman apologized on stage with Lil Wayne? Mm-hmm. Here's a flashback to that.
I knew this day was gonna come, but I didn't know when it was gonna come. But this nigga right here, and I wanted to apologize to my worldwide to let them know that, you know, that put his life in my hands, and I'm gonna keep it real with that. We're gonna do this till the day we die.
Now, what was Weezy F Baby thinking in those moments? Well, here's what he told Elliott.
At the time, it was impossible to have any type of genuine or real feelings. I was on stage. I was in performance mode. I was trying to think about the words for the next song. Honestly. So, and then somebody actually had to tell me, you know, he apologized to you on stage tonight. And I was like, oh, you know, we talked. Him and I talked about it after. Yeah, it means a lot, but it's a personal feeling. Yeah.
So you guys still keep some sort of communication?
Of course. Yeah, he's a sports fanatic. I'm a sports fanatic.
Even so you talk about the Red Sox, right?
Even through the tough times, he gonna still text me about something about the game.
Yeah, you can tell they really love each other because if you owe me millions of dollars, I wish you would call me, text me about some damn Yankee game.
Like, you want to bet on the game? Like, how about you pay me the money you owe me?
Don't ask me what I think about LeBron on the Lakers. Where my money at?
Did he ask about the shooting if he thought Birdman had anything to do?
Let me finish.
I'm sorry.
What we have for you.
I'm sorry.
Slow down, MV. All right. Now, Lil Wayne discussed just basically owning Young Money outright and I guess not having to deal with Cash Money anymore. And what does that mean for his artists?
So where do you stand now with Young Money? Like, so Young Money's all yours, right?
Yes.
You own everything.
Yes.
How does that affect, like, Nicki and Drake, for example? Are they still tied with you, or they're on their own thing? And
they still have their own thing, and they still with me as well. They've always had their own thing. Now it's just that they have the opportunity to let me make their own thing shine brighter than it has.
So you will continue to be involved in Nicki?
They're still my artists.
So those are still his artists. He's still going to
he wasn't going to let those go. He wasn't going to let them go.
Why would he?
Hell no.
Right, and they seem to really love him. I haven't heard them complain about Lil Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of it just seemed like it was financial things and tied up in all of I guess it's hard when you have Young Money to pay, Cash Money to pay, then you have the label as well.
Why nobody ever blame Universal? Universal's the parent company. Ain't they the ones cutting all the check to everybody?
Yeah, but I think
they cut it to who they're supposed to cut it to.
Yeah, they cut the check to Cash Money. That's where everybody's signed to, and then he's supposed to take
Birdman's supposed to pay everybody.
Because it's an imprint still on the distribution label. All right. And he also said a lot of people, you know, obviously think the Carter 5 is a long album, but he said it's a short album, and he actually has a whole nother album's worth of songs ready to go. And at one point, Carter 5, they discussed making it a 40-song album.
No way.
That'd have been too much.
Knock it off.
40 songs. All right. In addition to that, Drake isn't on the album. What is the problem with Drake? Well, here's how Wayne answered that.
He has a song that didn't get cleared, man. Y'all got them clearances, man. Them clearances, man. People be tripping when they find out who it is or when they find out what the song's subject about. They be like, they don't want that to represent the names like that or something like that, you know.
Oh, it might have been a little more raunchy, the content?
They have their, you really don't know why they say no. You don't know. That's my opinion why they say no. You know, I'm going to think like that.
All right. So if you want to watch the whole entire thing, that's on Tidal. Shout out to Elliott Wilson and Crown. I'm Angela Yee, and that's your rumor report. And no, I didn't see anything about the bus shooting.
Yeah, that's about the shooting. If you thought anybody had,
I didn't see the whole thing, but I could be wrong. Did you see it, or?
I didn't see it. That's
yeah, I didn't see it, but I could be mistaken.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you for that rumor report. Charlamagne!
Yes.
You still open up wide back there, or are you all right now?
I got another Colonic Friday, my third and final Colonic
It's
Friday.
a party.
It's a party.
That's
It's
when
a
the weekend
party. It's a
officially
party.
starts.
It's a party.
But
Who
you know,
you giving that donkey to?
Four after
party
the
at the
hour.
center.
4 after the hour. You know, I try every day to not give somebody from Florida donkey of the day, but every day they just do something in that state that makes me be like, I have to share this with the world. So 4 after the hour, we have yet another Florida man donkey of the day, but this one is very, very appalling. Like, I'm very disgusted behind this, and I think that you will feel the same.
All right, we'll get into that next.
Well, donkey of the day for Thursday, October 4th goes to an 81-year-old man named Helmuth Kolb. You know, Florida, I try. I sincerely try not to give you guys donkey of the day every day, but it's so damn hard. Okay, I love Florida. We just had Andrew Gillum, who I pray will be the next governor of Florida, on the Breakfast Club this morning. I want you all in Florida to vote for Andrew, because that will let me know y'all aren't as crazy as my donkey of the days would leave one to believe. Okay, I would much rather give donkey of the day to your favorite celebrities, but then my spirit is always moved and touched by the stupidity I see in Florida on a daily basis, because you know what your Uncle Charlotte always tells you. The craziest people in America come from the Bronx and all of Florida, and I feel it's my civic duty to let people know this kind of crazy exists. Now, I am from the country, Moncks Corner, South Carolina, and if you are from a small rural town like me, population was 8,000 when I was growing up, then you know it's not much to do in those towns. And like most people from a small rural town, if you had a Walmart in your area, then you understand the holy grounds that are Walmart, and don't let the Walmart be 24 hours. My God. Okay, I thank Jesus. I thank Jehovah for 24-hour Walmarts in small towns. Okay, you have not lived until you have wandered the aisles of a 24-hour Walmart at 1 a.m, because there is simply nothing else to do. Drop one of the clues bombs for Walmart, damn it. Now, as I have gotten older, I'm more of a Target kind of guy, but I still respect the holy grounds of Walmart, and I can't believe that Helmuth Kolb would disrespect the holy grounds of Walmart the way that he did. Okay? What he did in a Walmart is unthinkable. Let's go to KLTV ABC 7 for the report, please.
Tracy Nye is speaking out tonight, warning parents to be on alert after police say 81-year-old Helmuth Kolb tried buying her 8-year-old daughter. Nye says Kolb sat down next to them on a bench inside the store. She says he started asking personal questions before bargaining a price for her daughter.
The first amount was $100,000. The second amount was $150,000, and then the final amount was $200,000, to where I had to then say no.
Nye says she was about to get up when Kolb pulled her daughter, grabbing her arms, legs, and kissing her hand. Nye told Walmart security and called police. She also posted to social media. Police saying another woman came forward sharing a similar experience, and because of that tip and detailed description, investigators were able to make the connection and make an arrest. Kolb has since bonded out of jail and was very short when we went to his Port Orange home, claiming he did not know why he was in court in the first place.
I don't know for what I'm here for.
Wow. I am disgusted. I am repulsed. I am appalled. I am horrified and extremely outraged behind this story. Helmuth Kolb, Florida man, tried to buy an 8-year-old girl from her mother for $200,000 in Walmart. Am I the only person disturbed by this?
Very.
Nobody realizes how sick this is? Helmuth, what type of man, and I use that term man loosely, spends $200,000 in Walmart? That defeats the whole purpose of Walmart. Walmart, the home of everyday low prices. There's absolutely no reason to spend $200,000 in Walmart. And if you do, you should be walking out with half the store. Have you ever heard of rollback prices? Never in the history of Walmart has a rollback price occurred and has been anywhere near $200,000. Spending or attempting to spend $200,000 in Walmart defeats the whole purpose. We love Walmart because it's affordable. $200,000 is department store money. I wouldn't dare spend that kind of money in a department store, but there's people who do. People blow 200 racks in Barney's, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Bloomingdale's.
That's Louis Vuitton.
Whatever. I can't afford it, so I can't pronounce things I can't afford. That's designer store money, okay? Not Walmart Supercenter money. But don't listen to me, okay? Balling to me is spending $100 on graphic t-shirts at Target. Now, Helmuth has been charged with simple battery and false imprisonment, and I hope he gets the whole Walmart catalog thrown at him. Okay, I don't even know if Walmart has a catalog. If not, they should make one and throw it at him, okay, for attempting to spend $200,000 in a Walmart. How dare he? Please let Remy Ma give Helmuth Kolb the biggest hee-haw.
Hee-haw, hee-haw. You stupid motherfucker. Are you dumb?
Disgusting.
So it wasn't about the kid?
What kid?
Oh.
No.
Oh, he was trying to buy a kid. That too. Give him donkey today for that too. Please, give him a hee-haw.
I thought that's the part we'd be disgusted at.
You wouldn't. You have 3 daughters, and I'm sure terrible twos, and you wouldn't sell for.
Shut up.
Wow.
Just shut up.
So wait, let me get this right. But you'll sell your kid for $200,000, but won't do a post on Instagram for $1 million?
I got 5, and that one in Brooklyn, she be acting up. No, I'm just joking. Hell no, with something to my kids, man. I love my little babies.
Would you spend $200,000 in Walmart though?
Definitely wouldn't spend $200,000
Okay,
in Walmart. I don't even know if I could spend $200,000.
What if it was for a car?
They don't sell cars in Walmart. All right. Well, thank you for that donkey of the day. Now, when we come back.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Ask Yee. 800-585-1051. If you need relationship advice or any type of advice, call Yee right now. Call her now. She'll help you out with all your problems. 800-585-1051.
What accent is that?
I don't know.
I'm just curious.
That was kind of like
Cleo.
a West Indian / Cleo /
Caribbean. By the spirit of Miss Cleo.
Now you didn't get it?
/ offensive.
All right. 800-585-1051. Call me now. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning. Hello, who's this?
Good morning, everybody. This is Shardrea.
Hey, Shardrea.
How are you?
What's your question for Yeezy?
My question is, how do I tell my husband that I want to have a threesome?
With another guy or another girl?
Another girl.
Oh, that should be
Have you
hard.
guys ever discussed this at all?
No.
And do you feel like he'll be with it? Because you know your husband.
I feel like he won't be.
Oh, this is what you should do. Put on a porn. That's a threesome porn. Mm-hmm. And you guys could be watching it together, getting it on, and be like, we should try that. And see how he reacts to that.
Okay.
Have you dated girls before?
No.
Okay. Is he a jealous person?
No.
Emmy, can we finish asking?
You should be good then.
Now, here's the other thing. When you do this threesome, do you know who you want to bring in the mix, or do you guys want to go out and pick a girl together?
Oh, she got somebody.
A little bit of both.
See, I knew it. There's somebody she like already.
How is it a little bit of both?
It's a little bit of both because... a little bit of both. Just a little bit of both.
You have somebody in mind, but it's not anybody you know very well?
No, I do know them very well, but they with somebody.
Why don't you let Yee call your husband right now?
This sounds really messy. I'm going to tell you this, though. When you do a threesome, it is sometimes more difficult with somebody that y'all know because then all kinds of things can get messy. So if you guys do it and you can talk him into it, and he's down with it, sometimes feelings get involved, then you got to see the other person and it's awkward. Then that person, just be careful when it comes to who you choose.
That's good advice.
Why don't you call your husband right now with Yee on the phone and let Yee help you?
No.
I just gave her advice on how to do it and be damn.
I want to hear how this goes.
But that's really how you could test out the waters. Just watch the porn with the threesome in it and then, make it very sexy and be like, we should try something like that and just see how he reacts.
Okay.
All right. Good luck. I hope y'all get it popping. But just remember what I said. You might be better off with somebody y'all don't know like that.
Okay.
You sure you don't want to try right now? You want to call him right now?
Envy.
I'm just asking.
No.
All right. Sorry.
We're trying to help, not hurt. This is not shoot your shot.
Sorry.
All right. Thank you.
All right. Bye.
Ask Yee. 800-585-1051. If you need middle of Ask Yee. Hello, who's this?
What's going on? This is Will.
Will, what's up, Will? What's your question for Yee?
What's going on? First, good morning, everybody. My question is for Yee. So, I'm in a little predicament. I started, entertaining. I'm using my words loosely. Entertaining this young lady or whatever.
Oh boy.
She has a child. I don't really see us being serious, but her child is heavily attached to me.
So you guys aren't serious, but you're around her child already?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we were friends, like through mutual friends before, so it's kind of like her child was always around the picture. We would always have like.
So you're like Uncle Will.
In a way.
Okay.
And so like I don't see us like growing to like that level, like that serious level. Mm-hmm. But as a guy that grew up in a single parent home, I know the feeling of when you become attached to someone that your mom or your your mom or your father will bring around, and her dad never is, well, since I've been knowing, has never been around.
Right.
It's kind of like she looks at me as that father figure, and I don't want to let her down, but at the same time, I don't want to, you don't want
to be with her. Well, you don't.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the worst reason that you should try to be with a woman is because you're attached to her child and because you're concerned about that. That's not the reason that you start a relationship with somebody. What you need to do is be very clear to her and say, look, I don't know where this is going. I really do love your child a lot, but I feel like I don't want him to get attached to me if we don't know what's happening, because this is somebody's, life that we're involving. Somebody, I care about you, I care about your child, but I don't know if we're going to end up together. So I don't want this to be a messy situation. So when we hang out, let's not hang out with your child in the mix.
That sounds like a good idea.
But you want to see the child too sometimes.
Yeah, I mean that too. But at the same time, like we say, I'm in a new city. I'm actually in our home city. I just moved here, so and I only have like a few other mutual friends that we have in common that are here. Mm-hmm. And so like I said, when we all get together, of course she brings her child with her. Because my friend, they have children, so it's kind of like, when I was around,
I'm going to be honest with you, Will. I've dated guys that have kids and been attached to their kids and everything, and it's fine. Like, when you guys break up, kids are very resilient, so I think it's important that you always, when her child is around, treat the child well. But understand that you can't stay with somebody just because they have a child. So just don't be affectionate with his mom in front of the kid, right? You have, and don't do anything in front of the child that would indicate that you guys are in a relationship. So when the child is around, that's your friend, your, Uncle Will. But when the child is not around, that's when you guys can get down and dirty. But make sure that she's also.
Doesn't make it any better that we've been down and dirty, like in a club, like where her child is not around, like, because then her feelings is like, oh well,
but
we're doing this, so
You can't play with her. You can't play with her emotions. It's not about just that. It's her emotions. What do you want with her? If you don't want to be with her, be very clear on what your intentions are. Because you do live in a small town. You are going to see her. You said you all have mutual friends. If you have no intentions of being with this woman, then you should leave her alone.
Right.
Don't act like a boyfriend, but then not want to be a boyfriend.
True. That's a good point.
As long as you're honest, she has to respect that.
True.
But just make sure that your words match your actions.
That's a valid point. That's what I haven't done yet. That's a good point.
All right,
well, thank you, Yee.
You're welcome.
Hey, Charlamagne, shout out to you, man. I'm in the Carolinas, my dude.
Love, my brother. Carolina all day.
All right, ask Yee. 800-585-1051. If you need relationship advice, you can always hit Yee. Now we got rumors on the way?
Yes, let's talk about an alleged deadbeat dad. Find out, we thought this couple was going to be together forever, but things happen, and there's all kinds of speculation on what's really going down.
All right, we'll get into that next. Keep it locked. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
So Meek Mill is on the cover of the new XXL. I wonder when his album's coming out. But he wrote a letter to his 19-year-old self. He said, are you willing to travel those rocky roads towards your throne? Most importantly, are you sure you want this responsibility? He said, you will set the rap game on fire. What if I told you that you will record with Mariah Carey, or that you'll buy a Ferrari after copping a Rolls Royce? That fly-ish is cool, but you want to know what tops it all? Mom never having to worry about money again because you believed in yourself. Now he goes on to talk about race relations in the United States. He said, I'll be honest, same as African Americans in this country, things are about to get both easier and more difficult for you. Over the next decade, you and your people will make major moves, you professionally and black people politically. We'll all begin to realize that our culture is our most valuable product. Unfortunately, on the streets, not much will change. In 2018, black lives won't matter much more than they do in 2006.
Or as they did in 96, or 86, or 76, or 66, 56, 46.
He goes on to say,
36,
you saw how
26.
the administration didn't care whether we drowned or ended up homeless when he talked about Hurricane Katrina. He said we could have a black president and they'd still disrespect them like they were just another N-word.
In fact, disrespect us more.
And just like it will cost you to claim your power, the same goes for our race. So you can see that full letter to himself, his 19-year-old self in XXL.
That's a dope little editorial. That was a nice way to spin a Meek Mill interview. Yeah, instead of just sitting down with Meek Mill.
All right, Kevin Gates. He sat down with Sway and did a 4-part interview as well. And he talked about actually being innocent, but pleading guilty. Check it out.
They allegedly say that I got caught with a firearm. I didn't pled guilty. I was innocent, but I pled guilty to that charge because I was like, a lot of times you could beat the charge, but you can't beat the rag. And I probably would have said another 3-4 years just fighting the charge. When they came with the 30 months, they sentenced me below the guideline. The guideline should have been 36 months. So the judge showed leniency because I had been detained in Florida in another jurisdiction.
All right, he also talks about the prison system. He talks about police brutality, a lot of different things. Think about how many people end up pleading guilty even though they might not have done anything.
Absolutely.
All right, The Dream, he has 3 new albums on the way. So you should be excited about that. New Dream albums he posted on the way, 1, 2, 3. So that's all the information that we have now about his project, but he did say 3 albums. So that's how we know it is 3 albums that he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Eminem, he announced his Venom video and he shared the first clip of that as well. Here is a piece of that.
Something's in your mitochondria, cause it latched on to you like knock-knock with the devil.
Venom is in theaters tomorrow.
I had a screening for Venom last night, actually.
How was it?
How was it?
I don't know. I was sleepy, so when I got there, I just introduced the movie and left.
So you didn't watch it?
No, but I did get a letter today from the Life Foundation Training Center, and they said that I've been hand-selected by Dr. Carlton Drake and the Life Foundation to take part in an exclusive symbiote training. Okay, I have identified as a possible match and hosting outstanding candidate for to be able to host a symbiote. Yes, because of my host capabilities, social engagement, and ability to connect with others. You know what a symbiote is?
No.
A symbiote is the thing that makes Venom Venom. The black gooey stuff.
Oh, okay.
That is all over his face and body.
So you're going to put gooey stuff on your face?
You know?
Is that what you're saying?
If I can be a symbiote, sure.
Okay.
Guess who'll be the first people I kill? My co-hosts.
Great.
Yep.
Great.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you for that rumor
We're
report.
looking forward to that. If you get a colonic, does it get rid of that gooey stuff?
It probably would.
Oh, my goodness.
Colonic could probably suck the symbiote right out you.
What? All right. Anyway. Well, that was your rumor report. People's Choice Mix is up next.